Hi there. If you're watching this on YouTube, or you're wanting to watch any of my content on my channel, or both for that matter, I would strongly recommend hitting the subscribe button and comment and like on any videos if you may wish, because this is a general audience channel. Also, this video is not made for kids, it is for older fans and adults alike. So please sit back and enjoy the video. An Old Warrior's Tale, written and told by julyleonard. Bertram is a dark brown saddle tank tender engine with 4 wheels who goes by the nickname the Old Warrior because of his bravery and bears a similar shape to Duke, which he happens to be Duke's brother. After he was discovered by Toby, he was taken to the works for a full complete restoration, and eventually he was bought by the Thin Controller. Jeff the Works Diesel shunted his flat truck to the siding near the Scarlet Railway sheds, where all the little engines, including Duke, were waiting, and Rusty helped him to his own rails. This was the signal from a chorus of whistles from the little engines themselves. Duke eyed the dark brown engine joyously.
"Ah, Bertram, my dear brother, it's so good to see you again after all these years on the Minnesota Railway," he exclaimed happily. "And to think I thought you were scrapped after your lead mine closed. That would never have suited his grace."
"Indeed it wouldn't," replied Bertram. "And I wasn't scrapped after the mine closed." The other engines were surprised, but inquisitive at the same time.
"Well, how are you still alive?" asked Duncan.
"And how do you and Duke know each other?" added Rheneas.
"Well, let's just say that I was abandoned but well maintained," came the reply. "And," Duke added, "we were built around the same time."
"Please tell us," the little engines pleaded, and this was the story Bertram told them. Many years ago, Bertram, alongside Duke, were built together at Boston Lodge Works in Minford, Wales, by order of the Earl of Sodor, Sir John Arnold Narby. Now, do you remember that Duke was named in the Earl's honor? You have. Now we can begin. Duke and Bertram were the very first 2 engines to arrive on the MSR, but Bertram was built as a saddle tank engine and quite a rough rider due to a lack of a tender. So after an accident, the manager decreed that he was to be rebuilt into a tender engine, so a slate wagon was converted to become Bertram's very own tender. Then one day, Duke and Bertram were double-heading a picnic excursion along the mountain road, with Duke leading the train, when just outside the mountain tunnel, Duke derailed hanging over a cliff edge. Bertram bravely held on with all his strength. "Stop shaking," he called. "I can't hold you if you shake." Bertram's driver and fireman worked quickly to make the 2 brother engines safe again. Then came more trouble. "Water!" cried Bertram's fireman. "Bertram needs water quickly." Luckily, there was a worker's cottage nearby. Soon, everyone was passing jugs, buckets, and kettles, and saucepans filled with water until Bertram's thirst was quenched. All the while, Bertram was building more strength. At last, with everyone's help, he was able to pull Duke back onto the rails. Then they started off once more. The manager was waiting at the top station. He apologized for that accident. Bertram, said the passengers, is a hero. He stood firm and just simply wouldn't let go one bit. Duke was grateful too.
Thank you for saving me, my dear brother. It would seem that you changed a bit.
Indeed, replied the manager. Because of your bravery today, I hereby decree nicknaming you, Bertram, the Old Warrior. Never give up, never surrender, replied Bertram. Just then, Sir Handel broke the silence. Hang on a minute. That rescue of Bertram's may had inspired you to do the same to me when I first arrived and I was still called Falcon, Duke.
Yes, indeed, Sir Handel, replied Duke firmly. Now please be quiet and let Bertram finish.
Sir Handel subsided, and Bertram continued his story. Then some years later, when Atlas was sold off, following an agreement with a lead mine, Bertram was sold, proved himself really useful, and worked there for many years. But sadly, the lead mine eventually closed down, and many former miners thought that Bertram was left to rust in a siding. However, an elderly yet kind engineer came to check on Bertram every night, keeping him well-oiled and well-maintained. Then, his son, who became a signalman, kept on looking after Bertram in honor of his late father until, one night, Toby the tram engine found the little old engine after mistaking the Old Warrior as a ghost. And that is how I was nicknamed the Old Warrior and found by Toby, finished Bertram. Just then the Thin Controller came to see the engines. I came to say that in a few days' time, the castle and the mine near Arlesdale End will be fully restored and reopened as a tourist attraction for visitors, he said. Furthermore, our railway will also be extended to Arlesdale End. And with that, he walked away. A few days later, Toby, Bertram, and the other little engines gathered at Bertram's old mine. The Thin Controller and Fat Controller stood to attention. Ladies, gentlemen, and engines, Sir Topham and I have pleasure in declaring the lead mine in the old castle as tourist attractions officially open. One of the Fat Controller's assistants cut the ribbon, and everybody cheered and whistled, especially for Duke, Toby, and Bertram, the Old Warrior.